And joining us now is Democrat Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee. And Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. Our thoughts are obviously with you on what's happening right now in your home. I just wanted to ask your first thoughts or anything you want to share about the situation going on. And are you learning anything that you might be able to share with us?
Well, Nashville's our capital city, and it's a great city. Second Avenue is one of the great entertainment streets in that city, along with Broadway. And this man wanted to make a statement, apparently, whether it was about the AT&T or some other facility on Second Avenue, or maybe just on Second Avenue in Nashville. I don't know. But it's so sad that he's done this to a great American city and caused so much destruction and damage. It's a very sad situation.
I couldn't help but kind of think about the contrast. Just last week Sunday, we were talking with you as a proud Tennessean, talking about how so many of your fellow Tennesseans were taking part in that second rollout of the Moderna drug. And now, fast forward to this week, we have Tennessee once again on the map, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it is. It is a big contrast. And of course, we're still fighting the corona. We will be, and the vaccine needs to be distributed. But this man, there are sick people all over this country, and Tennessee has its share. This man obviously was very disturbed. Anybody that would cause that kind of destruction, it's terrorism, really. It's urban terrorism, domestic terrorism. And I don't know whether it's this man, Anthony Quinn Warner, or who it is, but whatever it is, it's sad. It's caused a lot of destruction and changes people's lives. One of my friends was in Nashville, and she was interviewed with the LA Magazine, and she was at the 21C Hotel, and they came and cleared them out. There were just a few people there because of the coronavirus, but they went out. She said 19-degree weather, and they had taken away from the hotel, gone to a new hotel, and they haven't been able to get to their belongings or their car yet because the street's been closed. So it's caused a lot of disturbances to a lot of families.
Congressman, I know you're in Memphis, but you know that downtown area of Nashville is so iconic. The governor of your state is asking for emergency declaration from President Trump. We have 41 buildings damaged or destroyed in this bombing. How will the downtown area rebuild, knowing that this is happening right now when the area is likely already crippled from the pandemic?
It's going to be difficult, and we certainly need the help of the federal government. The federal government is the provider of aid in crises. This is the Stafford Act and a safety net for the American public. And the destruction there is humongous. They need help with clearing up the destruction, and there's going to be a whole lot of people fixing windows and fixing buildings. I think 2 buildings might have succumbed to the damage, and after the blast, they fell down. So there's going to be destruction that's going to have to be the rebuilding. Buildings, businesses will close. There are restaurants on that street. There are law firms, but there are a lot of restaurants. And they certainly will have, they've had a hit from coronavirus. They'll have an extra hit here. So it's a devastating loss. And hopefully that the president can take a little bit of time off his golf game and help the people of Nashville.
A long road to recovery indeed there. While we have you and while we're talking about the president, his golf game, et cetera, what sort of phone calls or emails are you guys doing right now? Are you all reaching out to the administration, to fellow Republicans to try to see if you can figure out something? Because there's so many millions of Americans that are just left outside in the cold right now, broke.
Yeah, it's really a shame. This is a time the government needs to be in action. And last week, the Congress did act. And they acted on behalf of the American people to provide the $900 billion CARES package, HEROES Act, reduced. The Democrats passed a bill in the House last summer that provided over $2 trillion.
But what are you guys doing today? How are you trying to fix the situation that we're in right now?
Well, Speaker Pelosi went to the floor, offered it on unanimous consent to get the $2,000 passed. Hopefully that would help with the president. The Republicans object to that. We're going to have a session tomorrow to look into passing the $2,000 bill again. Now, from the previous tweet that you mentioned, it sounds like that's not sufficient. He wants $2,000 maybe not just for the husband and the wife, but also per child. So he's moving the goalpost along. And it's really strange. We don't need a Google interpretation. We need a psychiatric interpretation. We are at mercy at responding to a man who is not in concert with the difficult times people are facing with evictions coming up and the eviction moratorium ending and with unemployment compensation ending. And all he's concerned about is the debt. Let him eat cake. Will ET call home? Donald Trump, you're still president. You can do more things than pardon war criminals and corrupt politicians and your family members and people that kept their mouths shut to keep you being cited with some crimes. Act for the American people, the people you allegedly care about, but he shows he cares about one person, and that's Donald Trump.
And there I was doing it all wrong, asking Siri and Google for answers. You corrected me, I guess. Congressman Steve Cohen, thank you.
You're welcome, Ms. Candace. I hate to correct you, but the man's a psychiatric problem. He's not a tech problem.
Thank you.